Hello, everyone. Welcome to Bow and Arrow Tarot. We're going to get right into it for Scorpio, April love. Before we get into it, though, for those of you who are watching this after the live stream, please don't forget this month on my channel, I'm giving away the Beautiful Creatures Tarot deck and guidebook box set. This is a gorgeous set of cards. And all you have to do is subscribe to my channel, be a subscriber, leave me a comment letting me know that you're interested in the giveaway, and you're in. So let's get right into it, Scorpio. Without any further ado, I'm going to shuffle and cut your deck fairly sharpish. I've already been shuffling and meditating on you for quite some time before I started. So we're going to get right into it. I hope you guys are doing all right out there. I hope you're staying safe. I hope you're staying healthy. All right. And especially my Scorpios. Man, I love reading for Scorpios. So let's just see what your month is looking like. I know we're halfway through April and various technical issues a week or so ago, but I'm back up. In any case, so this is going to be a kind of mid-month checkup and an overall month look into your month. But if you're resonating with this reading, then you're already going to see many of the messages or many signs of the messages having come through into your life because we're halfway through the month, right? So for some of you, you already know if this reading resonates with you because you'll be like, this has already begun to happen in your life. So let's just see, Scorpio, what's going on for April 2020 in the area of love? Going to pull out your full Celtic spread. We're going to be pulling from 3 decks tonight, but let's just start with your Celtic spread. Here we go. Straight out the Hierophant. Covered by the Lovers. Wow. King of Swords. And Justice. Damn. Somebody getting married? Somebody out there getting married? Ooh, betrayal is coming in and fighting for your relationship. Damn. This is interesting. As usual, Scorpio, your readings never disappoint. Knight of Swords, 7 of Swords. Showing up a lot lately. Hanged Man and Page of Wands. Bottom of the deck, we have 4 of Swords, Scorpio. So, really strategizing right now, aren't you? You're really sort of planning your next move. What's your next step? What's your next move? What do you do? Wow. There was a betrayal. You've come into the month on the heels of a betrayal. 3 of Swords energy has come in. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's third-party energy, but it is a betrayal. 3 of Swords is more to do with the essence of a trust or loyalty that's been broken. And you come out of this month fighting. 7 of Wands. Really sort of fighting for your position, maintaining your position. Fight. All right, just want to make sure my speakers are all right. Let's get right into it, Scorpio. Straight out, we have the Hierophant and the Lovers, and this is why I said, are some of you getting married? Right? The Hierophant is all about that level of commitment, deeper level of commitment. When we have the Hierophant and the Lovers together, we're talking about making that commitment under the eyes of your God. And so a lot of times we are talking about a marriage or an official union. Hierophant is at the center though, and Lovers is covering, so, and not vice versa. So Hierophant being at the center of your reading, there is a moral issue here with a relationship. Got to be more careful. How you doing? There's a moral issue here with you that's at the heart of your outlook in love this month. And so rather than your relationship being at the heart, it's a moral issue. It's your position, right, of commitment to your spiritual center, and I want to say your level of commitment to the relationship. So I want to say at the heart of your reading this month is the issue of commitment, right? So it could very well be that this 3 of Swords was indeed a betrayal, but a betrayal that had some way to do with the commitment to the relationship. Not necessarily cheating or third party, but still, this is the energy coming into the month. I'm going to clarify this because this is giving me issue, pause, the energy coming from that 3 of Swords. Nevertheless, at the center, again, like I said, this month for you, is commitment, the feeling of commitment, the feeling of making sure that things are the way they should be, that they are in line with your moral center also. Lover's energy is covering you, so there's a real give and take. There's a real work towards harmony this month. In your conscious and unconscious, let's check these out. I'm going to come back to this, of course. Conscious, unconscious, you have a lot of, I'm going to say, air energy, right? Swords energy, air energy, King of Swords, and your conscious, and in your subconscious, you have justice. So in the back of your mind, some of you are waiting for a official decision to come in that is impacting your love life. Hello, Rockin' Rob 121. How you doing? Justice is coming in. So in the back of your mind, you are really waiting and I want to say ruminating, maybe worrying a little bit on a particular official decision that you've been waiting to come in. There's a judgment. Justice talks about an event coming into your life that generally proves to sort of rebalance your life. This is what we mean by justice, bringing justice to a situation. Bringing justice to an unjust situation. An unjust situation is a situation that's out of balance generally, right? Where somebody suffered more than they should have. And so this event that's coming in to rebalance an area of your life, a lot of times when we see justice coming in, we're talking about a specific official event. It could be that you're dealing with courts or documents or decisions or signings, mediations, whatever the case may be. A lot of times it will be in some official capacity also. This is in the back of your mind. And in front of your mind, you have King of Swords. So you are really defiant this month. You are very insistent this month about things being a certain way, right? King of Swords has a plan. You know what I'm saying? He has a plan. He knows what he wants. And he requires absolute honesty also. That sword is the sword of truth, that sword of honesty that comes in. And a lot of times, not only does the King of Swords have this very definite plan, but he's the rule maker, isn't he? He's the one who sets the tone. He's the rule maker. He's also the disciplinarian. He requires honesty. He requires a certain exchange. And he's very domineering in a lot of ways. Certainly with, the way he believes things should be, right? Sorry, guys, I gotta readjust my seat. So, and then in any case, this is interesting because you are certainly this month taking sort of a dominant role in your relationship, or you definitely are the dominant one in the relationship, Scorpio. And this month, it's very much about making things official, right? Making the commitment official. Some of you have a particular decision or judgment in the back of your mind. You may already be going through a divorce or a separation, or this may be something to do with work. We're going to clarify that, but there's some kind of official event that you're waiting for, which I think you are requiring for it to happen in order for you to put your plan into sort of action. Or certainly your plan is probably already in action, but you're waiting for this to sort of take the next step, right? Could be, like I said, some of you may be waiting for a divorce or a legal separation to come through so you can make the commitment that you want to make here. Some of you may be waiting for an official decision to do with documentation. It may be something to do with immigration, or it may be a monetary issue as well. Whatever the case is, this is something that is kind of gnawing in the back of your mind, and it's something that is really integral to your ability to I'm going to say have the manifest your vision, right? Manifest the vision that you have for this relationship. You do come in on the heels of a Three of Swords, and this is interesting because I almost feel like this Three of Swords energy has nothing to do with this lover's connection you have. It may be a relationship that you've had in the past. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and clarify these before I go any further because I want to know more about that Three of Swords. I really don't feel like I want to see the rest of the message in the cards until I know the center area a bit more, because on the one hand, you come from a betrayal and a pain, and then on the other hand, you're really fighting for it this month by the end of the month, So I don't know, let's see. Show me what's going on with my lovely Scorpio on that Three of Swords. In fact, we're going to clarify all four. Yeah, and it could be, like I said, we'll see what the clarifiers say. I'm going to pull out some oracle cards. But this relationship that you're connected to in the center with that beautiful lover's card, that to me is the one that you are so strongly focused on right now, right? That you feel like you have to really sort of fight for. So let's see. What's going on? Show me. All right. Five of Wands. So competition. There was a competition somewhere. And the Magician. Six of Pentacles. And Six of Wands. Interesting. There was a competition somewhere, I want to say. You know what? I'm going to tell you honestly. Bottom of the deck is Ten of Pentacles. I'm going to be honest with you. You know what I think it is? All right. Very specific messages just come in. I really do feel that this is what it is. Now, some of you are wanting to get married, wanting to take this relationship to the next level of commitment. However, you've been burned in the past. Okay, so this is for a Scorpio, definitely, who's been burned in the past financially. You may have been married before. You may be going on your second marriage or your third marriage. And you've been burned in the past and betrayed because you're a very generous individual. Six of Pentacles indicates the betrayal. At the heart of the betrayal was financial issues. And I think that what you're trying to figure out is how you can move forward with your commitment and not have to suffer the same sort of betrayal that you had before. The Three of Swords is very painful for you, Scorpio, because not only were you betrayed by somebody that you love, but it was because you were very generous. You are someone who never thought about a prenup or something like this. You are certainly someone who is very, very successful. We have Ten of Pentacles here. And so you're someone who wants to move on with a legacy. Certainly, you want to have that money, that subsistence, that legacy for the children, the family. You want all of that, but you don't. Look at this. Nine of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles. You have money. You have success. Scorpio. This is certainly a very successful Scorpio, but you are in love with somebody and you're very, very concerned about the security of it all. And in the back of your mind, you have this justice energy. And like I said earlier, you're worrying over official documents or procedures. It could very well be that in the back of your mind, you really want to get a legal procedure or a legal document done so that you don't have to worry about this betrayal again. I think that some of you are actually specifically, literally thinking about a prenup. Right? A prenup with someone or some kind of official document with someone because, you have a lot of official shit going on here. You have Justice and the Hierophant. The Hierophant is all about commitment to your spiritual center, but it's also about maintaining order and the status quo and what is accepted amongst you and your group, your peers, your social group, your family, etc., right? It's also maintaining sort of I want to say a certain level of decorum, a certain level of behaving, right? When we talk only spiritually, we will be saying that is Dharma. But in a lot of ways, this is also sort of maintaining a certain structure, right? And being committed to that. And so I think that this is very much a case of you have a love connection, but you're being very, very sort of logical about it this month. You're being very sort of air energy about it. You're trying to come up with the right plan. You do love this person, but at the end of the day, you're definitely wanting to maintain your financial sort of safety, right? You don't want to be financially vulnerable. And I was wondering about that Three of Swords. It was really bothering me because it felt like an energy from the past, but it didn't feel like an energy that was directly related to your present person. Now, Five of Wands is there. And so interestingly enough, there's some competitive energy here. And you have a certain idea of the way you want things to go, but I think that there's somebody who's battling with you on this. It could be a family member. An in-law, a family member, a friend, somebody who is just making it difficult. 5 is the number for power struggle. And you're the one who's in charge of your relationship, but there's somebody there who's like getting in the way. It feels to me like an in-law, right? It feels like an in-law battle. Somebody's just making it difficult for you to sort of, like I said, manifest the plan you have. You have a very specific plan for the way you want your love life and the things in your love life to roll out this month. And certainly, like I said, this is a specific message for Scorpio who's wanting to take the relationship definitely to that next level of commitment that would involve official union, like a marriage or a document. However, this is all falling very much in the realm of strategizing and having to figure out, well, what do I do? I got this person over here who's battling me. I have a very definite idea of what I want to do, but I have to protect myself. You have a lot of money to worry about. You may even, Scorpio, you may even have family or children or responsibilities from previous relationships that you have to maintain the security, the financial security and stability of. And again, this is something that you're trying to sort of implement here. By the end of the month, you round off with 7 of Wands. You do have a victory. So you have 6 of Wands coming out over 7 of Wands. So this is interesting because it's like you've been battling to sort of get what you want, right? 7 of Wands is to have the vision that you want. And I want to say your vision is to be with your person, be committed, be in love, be unified, be married if that's the case. But at the same time, know that your money and your security are protected, that nobody else can touch it. It could even be the relatives that you're worried about. It may not even be your person that you are per se concerned about. It could just be the people that come attached to them in this union, right? In any case, you have a 6 of Wands, which is absolutely a victory. So by the end of the month, you get what you wanted, right? You absolutely get sort of, I want to say you get a little reprieve and you kind of get, you know, some progress. It may be that by the end of the month, this power struggle you have here with the 5 of Wands comes to an end and you come out successful in terms of being sort of victorious. Your attitude towards your love life. This is interesting. Again, like I said, you have this power struggle. Somebody is in the way, right? Well, here we go. Your attitude this month and the energy that meets that attitude. Well, your attitude is Knight of Swords, which is I'm going to do what I'm going to do. I'm going to get rid of any obstacles in the way of me implementing my plan, and I'm going to get on with it. And what energy do you have meeting you? Well, you have the energy of treachery. 7 of Swords is the card for treachery. It's somebody who works behind the scenes. It's also the card for futility, but it's somebody who works behind the scenes to interfere in your life. This is the great dream thief, right? Look, you see him running off with the swords. So this is so funny because this is a very cohesive reading, Scorpio. It's very straightforward, right? You're trying to get your marriage. Let's say, for instance, this is a marriage. You're trying to get your marriage together, right? You're trying to get married to your person. You've got the in-laws, the people here interfering. They're battling with you. They're competing with you for who has authority here. So certainly you have somebody interfering here. You've been burned before with your money, so you're not trying to go down that road. Right? You're not trying to go down that road, so you're going to definitely be working your magic down here with the magician in terms of getting the right documents. In the back of your mind, you know this is what you have to do to be comfortable. And although you do have a victory at the end of the month, it's so interesting because your attitude towards all of this is Knight of Swords. Yes, I'm going to get it done, but this person who's just at your neck is working behind the scenes to fuck it up. Again, I want to say this might be the same person that you're in this battle here, right? So I'm going to say, and I feel like it is. It's almost as if I'm going to explain. Here's an example. Say you're getting, you and your partner want to get married and you have this interfering in-law. I'm not going to say if it's a mother or a father, but there's an in-law, right? Whoever side it's on interfering. And you're constantly at loggerheads with them. You're the boss here. Of course, it's your relationship, but you're constantly at this battle with them, right? Damn it. And they're constantly competing with you for who's in charge. Well, it's my baby. You're marrying my baby. I'm the one in charge. No, you're not. I'm not marrying you. I'm marrying her or him. You're not in charge, right? So back and forth, right? Then, you go down and you say, well, listen, we're going to forget about the in-law. We're going to get on with what we need to do. Let's sign this paperwork and get this marriage certificate and yada, yada, yada. And then you find out later on that something went on at the courthouse. Well, behind the scenes, this in-law that you've been battling with, they now went to the step of going behind the scenes, going down to the courthouse and fucking with your documents. Just throwing a monkey wrench in there. Just saying, who knows, lying, saying shit, who knows, whatever it is. This is just like a crude example of what I'm talking about, right? So this is the energy. You're deciding to get on with it this month. Your Knight of Swords energy. You're like, look, I'm going to get on with it regardless of you battling me. And so they say, okay, you want to get on with it? I'm going to step up my energy. I'm going to step up my assault on you, on your desire. And I'm going to go ahead and really mess with your shit behind the scenes. This is so funny because it feels like a really messed up, like extended family situation between you and your in-laws or your person's in-laws, your parents, whatever example, or friends or whoever it is. It's definitely people who have a say, I guess, right? But only because people are giving them that authority to a certain degree, right? So you round off this month, you position for your hopes and dreams. This is position for your hopes and dreams and your fears oftentimes. And Hangman energy, it's an awakening. So you really, it's interesting. This is what you really wish for. And this is also what you fear, right? And there's an awakening happening here that you're really desiring. You're desiring somebody to wake the fuck up. I wonder if you may be dealing with somebody, Scorpio, where if this is the case that you're dealing with their in-laws, it could be that the person, because your person isn't showing up anywhere here. I don't see them. You know what I mean? I don't see their energy. I don't feel their energy. I only feel the energy of your union here. Yes, you want to be committed. And this, I want to say connected, battle that you're having here. But I don't feel them. And I think that this is why the Hanged Man has shown up, because I think you're wanting your person to wake up and do something about what's going on. I think that you feel like they're really not putting the right effort in. I think you feel like you're the only one having to do all of this work. And if you're dealing with their in-laws, it's like you're saying, look, these are your parents or these are your people who keep fucking up, what we're trying to do here. Can't you do something? And so I think you truly desire for your person to really wake up, which is the energy of the Hanged Man. It's waking up, really. It's not being asleep or being stuck. It's waking up. Hanged Man is associated with awakening. Having that inspiration, because you definitely feel like it's just you, right? Seven of Wands. This is David and Goliath. So you definitely feel like you're the only one here who's sort of fighting for this relationship in the sense of fighting for its autonomy. And by the end of this month, you do round off with a Page of Wands, which means you're being very idealistic by the end of the month, I'm going to say. And you're really looking to the future. And I can't say for sure if this whole situation has been dealt with. But I do think that by the end of the month, your attitude changes a little bit. Right? I think your attitude changes a little bit. This is a case of very much like how your person responds. I'm going to be honest with you. I think that if your person wakes up and helps you and works with you and fights with you for this relationship, it could go one way. But I think if they remain sort of in the cut, not doing anything and kind of leaving you alone to sort of make, to have this battle with these interfering forces, Page of Wands makes me feel like you may look to the future. You may be looking forward to a different passion or a different connection, or just looking forward. You may begin to look forward at a future without them. It's very dangerous when you're in a relationship with somebody and they are saying to you, listen, I need you to do this, right? I need you to be more present. Or I need you to deal with your folks. Or I need you, you know what I mean? When you have this give and take, which is the nature of the lovers, harmony, giving and taking, right? When they don't do that, or if you're dealing with somebody and they're asking you to do that and you're just like, oh, okay, and you just don't get to it, eventually people, what happens, and this is what's happening here for you, Scorpio, and this is why I say it's very much up in the air and dependent on how this turns out for you. But you begin, when being with somebody is more, begins to become such a hassle and such a battle and such a drain, and they're not present, you begin to see a future without them in it. You start to imagine a future without them in it. I mean, that's how you begin the process of a divorce, right? You don't just wake up one day and be unhappy with your marriage and say, okay, let's get divorced today, right? What happens is you begin to be unhappy and you ask your partner to work on it, perhaps. They say they will or they don't. And you keep working and working and working, and it doesn't work. And then what happens? You begin to imagine a life without them. You begin to imagine a happier life, an easier life. You begin to imagine that life without the impact of their negativity, because clearly things aren't working out. It's at that point when you begin to imagine your life without them it's a very dangerous area to be, because they're losing their hold on you. Once you begin to imagine your future without a particular person in it, it's almost like, oh, they're going to have to do a lot now to turn it around, because that's the first step. And for those of you who are looking to sort of let go of someone or let go of a connection, you never know how to do it. I'm going to tell you, this is a very real exercise that you can do. Just begin to imagine your future life, the next day without them in it. Just begin to imagine a life without them, a different type of life, a life where you are doing something else, where you're on your own, where you're independent. In any case, whatever the scenario you are envision them not in it. And this begins to open you up to moving forward. And this is what happens for some of you. Now, let me pull out my Spirits of Darkness and Light Oracle, just to get a little bit of an idea. We are going to clarify that King of Swords, that Seven of Wands, and you know what? I want to clarify this. Okay. I'm going to clarify a couple cards, and then we're going to get to call this a reading. Show me. All right, zombie spirit. Wow, control. Zombie spirit in for you here at the top. So control, right? Empathy, submissive. So somebody's really trying to control this situation, and you're just not having any of it. This can be somebody who's a control freak. Again, and I do feel like this is someone who's impacting the relationship from the outside. Right? Could be that it's just your connection with your person, but I don't feel like it. Could be. All right, let's clarify. I wanted to clarify the Spirit of the Stranger coming in for your Seven of Wands. Caution, warning, dangers. Somebody's coming in towards the end of the month. You want to watch out. Okay, Spirit of the Stranger coming in. It could just beginning to feel like I don't know. This could be the caution that you're beginning to get because of this treachery that's here. All right. So let me clarify the treachery. Spirit of the Clover, luck, abundance. Wow. So it could very well be that. Interesting. Seven of Swords with that treachery coming out, and the Knight of Swords. I think for some of you, you're going to really find out what's going on. This person is going to overplay their hand. Spirit of the Book, new chapter, development, unfinished business. Again, yeah, so again, for some of you, this justice coming in down here could be a judgment that you've been waiting for. Could be unfinished business. And again, like I said, it could be this desire to really have a new chapter, because I do feel, like I said, some of you have really been burned over here. And so you're trying to do something new with your life here. Certainly, Magician, Justice, and New Chapter. This is a rebalancing. And I definitely feel like this is a Scorpio who is so generous that you've really been burned before by relationships in the area of money, right? And now let me clarify this Hanged Man. Yep. Hidden, false, deceptive. So you may be finding out that the person you're dealing with is a little bit, there's something hidden going on there. There's something hidden going on there. There's definitely somebody coming in who's wanting to try to control the situation. By the end of the month, Spirit of the Stranger comes in, which is this cautionary, I want to say cautionary energy. Could very well be that your person is indeed, and it could be, your person may indeed be already starting to maybe do some of the things you've experienced here before. Right? Because we have Spirit of the Stranger, Spirit of Masquerade, right? Hanged Man, false, hidden, and deceptive. So it's like your person, I want to say you wanted your person to move and do something and help the situation, but they're not. And it could very well be that the reason why they're not is that they're hiding the fact from you that they've already, what you had feared, the betrayal that you have already suffered through before that you feared, I think may have already, for some of you, you may be realizing it's already snuck into this current relationship. Okay? And this is why things are not working out the way you wanted them to work out. I'm surprised the High Priestess hasn't shown up because it's almost as if your intuition is telling you that this is how this will go. Now, Spirit of the Clover is coming in, and I feel like this is very much a case of good luck coming in for you at this month because the treachery is coming out and showing its face to you before you make the mistake of connecting. Some of you are going to realize that this month was good luck for you because I think for some of you, you're going to realize that you were just about to get committed and make the same mistake that you made before with someone. And because you maintained your position, you're like, look, no, I don't want things to be the same as before. I think some of the battling has increased, the control. And I think you're going to be uncovering a lot of this deceptive behavior by your person. You're going to be realizing a lot about who's been really or how deeply they've been working against you behind the scenes. And I think it's going to feel like you saved yourself from another toxic situation. Because remember I said at the beginning of the reading, this reading is all about the level of commitment. With the Hierophant at the center, the level of commitment. Is this relationship in line with your spiritual or moral center? Is it the type of commitment you really want to make? I think this month is a huge month of you realizing there's a lot of shit going on here. There's a lot of interference. There's a lot of apathetic behavior, false behavior from your person. Because again, I said I haven't seen them represented anywhere in the reading. I only saw that you're with somebody, which is the Lovers. And now when they present themselves with the Hanged Man, all I get from them is false and hidden energy. So I think that you really were smart, Scorpio. If you're resonating with this and you've been careful not to tie the knot with this person just yet until, you know what I'm saying? Like if it was a case of maybe a prenup or some kind of agreement, right? Your instincts told you right, because I think by the end of the month, some of you are going to be finding out that you've been dealing with somebody who has already been working to betray you, has already, you know what I mean? Like what you feared was going to happen has already been happening behind the scenes. And more than anything, this month is going to be a great month of luck and rebalancing for you. Luck abundance, right? Summer is coming in. It's a good thing that this comes in over that Knight of Swords and the Seven of Swords, because it really indicates that you are not going to suffer under this treachery. Luck is going to be on your side. Abundance is going to be on your side. And protecting your abundance and yourself is going to be on your side. I really feel, Scorpio, like some of you are going to end up around this month off. And there's your victory again. Remember, I said you're having a victory. The Spirit of the Stranger is coming in too. It could be that you find out about this stranger as being connected to your person, right? Or it could be, this may be somebody new that you all of a sudden see around and you're like, who the fuck is this person? And you're going to find out later on that this person may indeed be someone who is connected to your lover, right? Spirit of the Stranger. So for some of you, If towards the end of this month, as you're kind of going through this battle with this relationship of trying to make this, what it needs to be for you to be comfortable, right? And realizing that maybe all the components aren't there anyway because you're dealing with somebody who may be false with you. There may be somebody new showing up in your life in connection with your person. And this is the stranger. And this is, again, if it is the case and you are resonating with this, trust me when I tell you that this new individual or this stranger coming into your life is definitely a cautionary sign that something is up with your lover. Right? And the awareness of all of this, I want to hope, is this luck coming in, because you do have a victory by the end of the month with that Six of Swords. Excuse me, Six of Wands. Okay? So Spirit of the Stranger comes in, but you still come out victorious, okay? Because I think for a lot of you, if you're resonating with this, you see this happening, it's going to be that wake up. All right, I'm going to leave it at that. This is a very specific message for Scorpio who's really going to be saving themselves from a very miserable and unhappy relationship with somebody who turns out to be quite false, I want to say. All right, with somebody who turns out to be exactly what you had worried about falling for, getting involved with again. And it's going to be a blessing for you to see that before you make that commitment. All right, Scorpio, I love you so much. Please do not forget to subscribe and leave me a comment letting me know if you're interested in the giveaway this month, the Beautiful Creatures Tarot Deck and Guidebook giveaway. Every month I give away a tarot deck, and this month is no different. Let me put that there. All right. This month is no different. Shout out to Rock and Rob and Got to Be More Careful, my regulars, my lovely subscribers. Thank you so much to you guys, Scorpio and Cross Watchers, for checking this reading out. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, and share. Sound off below in the comments. I'm going to go take a quick break, get some coffee in me, and then I'll be back for the live stream to look at the Sagittarius love outlook for April. But for right now, Scorpio, have a wonderful month. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and above all, stay kind to each other. Peace and blessings always to all of you. Bye-bye now.